Hey guys, it's Tartan coming at you with another game, a hardcore Minecraft. It's day 763 here, and the day is just packed with possibilities. We're probably gonna put some pork chops in a box. You know, that's what's hot on the streets right now. That's what all the people want to see. But where, precious? Where indeed? There's too many pork chops to carry around. We'll just put them into this box, and then think about it later. This is the thing you're allowed to do. You can just kick the can down the road, and then one day, whenever you pick that can up, you'll be like, wow, how thoughtful of me in the past to have put those pork chops into the box, where I will definitely not forget them. Lots of times whenever I load in Minecraft, it's like, I don't even want to play anymore. I just want to fly around and look at my stuff. I guess that is playing, isn't it? I think we need to do... Yeah, we'll need to do a night of creeper fighting soon. We're a little gunpowder limited. But I'm not really sure what we're doing with this. I was thinking, you know, a nice little symmetrical thing made out of cubes could be nice, or hear me out, a slightly asymmetrical thing made out of cubes, which seems easier to achieve for a guy like me who's not really big on the design side of things, right? Like, I'm more of a dreamer, less of an engineer. I'm like, what did we do to the box? Oh, we broke the box. That makes sense. Alright, we should have brought more wood here, but we didn't. Or probably we did, and then I left and brought it with me when I left, because I thought, I probably won't come back. And normally I would be right. That's alright, we'll just knock around here a little bit, do some digging on the walls, and then... Oh, I dig a bit out here. I was thinking, you know, we can do... You know, because here we'll have this pale oak thing, and then just like that little bit of birch contrast with the dark oak, and then on this side and that side we could do... Like, I don't know, like maybe cherry. Maybe that would look tacky, though. We'll figure it out. Might just replace this with like a dark oak and just do like a birch band in the middle, and then on the sides do more of this pale oak, which would mean that we need to go find another biome to get more of that wood from, which, you know, wouldn't be the end of the world. We should put on our armor while we're doing this on the offhand chance that we need it. But I'm thinking maybe on this side don't even, so as it just have it sort of like deceptively going into the mountain. But, well, we've already rather broken a bit of this, haven't we? I guess theoretically you could make more. I could learn how to do that. I theoretically could. Will I? See, that's a question. That certainly is. But if we get this silk touch thing going on, we'll be able to get more of this ice, and then we can put that ice into a box somewhere. And then later, later, we'll use it for something productive. It's going to be great. You'll see. You'll all see. Like, where's a good spot for this? I mean, we could put it right here. But what if a creeper exploded it? There's only one good place for a chest. Look how advanced I am now. Yeah, now... Okay, not like that. Look how advanced I'm not. Alright, there's got to be a better way. You put the water there first. Yeah, there you go. There was a better way. And then, you know, your valuable cobblestone and assorted trash won't get taken away with the garbage. We're just going to put all this other junk in here. Not the eggs. Obviously, we're going to be flying back over Gaston's throne. We can deliver the one egg that we've got. But, yeah. Well, that was fulfilling. We'll come back with some wood later on, unless we don't. But we're going to figure that night will be in the offing soon. So we're going to get back over to that field where we hunt the creepers from. Is it like the most ideal place for hunting creepers? Probably not, but I'm not pretending to be an expert. Don't ask me to pretend to be an expert. I wouldn't do a good job. This is the throne of Gaston. You can tell because of the antlers. We just leave him some eggs there. That's just one of the things that we do. Here where the Council of Gasp will one day convene, you know, I like to take my sweet time, right? Like, this is an important thing in the cultural history of their people. And then I'm like, I'm gonna play some other games, but they're gonna be very grateful for all that we've done for them. We're a hero. We're gonna want to buy some arrows, which will do meow. We just need to find one of these guys with the appropriate hat, and as soon as we do, we will convince them to engage in commerce. They have like hours of operations for their stores, but they don't care about them. Alright, we're gonna get a whole bunch of arrows just like I wanted. And then we're just gonna zoop on over here and get to shooting. This is the most important part of Minecraft, of course, is the acquisition of gunpowder and gunpowder accessories. You want to put your sword in your offhand, or the bow in the offhand, really, I guess is fine. I don't really love what I'm doing with my inventory here, but the point is that you need looting on your sword. You want to use the bow if you're me because you're bad. And that's the only way that you can get your creepers translated into gunpowder. Inappropriate ratios. Not for the first time, I think. Man, this would all be a lot easier if I had ever gotten flame on the bow enchantment. I am, however, a very lazy person, and principally motivated by inertia rather than any other factor in life. So while I may have said 100 times, I should get flame onto the bow, I don't mean that like I'm gonna do it. I just mean that I can see that it would be better. I'm under attack. Yeah, you know, bow in the offhand's definitely better. 'Cause otherwise, if you ever need to go into melee, you know, why ever that would need to happen, then you run into all of these weird situations where you're just like striking somebody with the bow, which like that is a move. It's not like a fake move, but you can't do it too often. You know, what will the bow say about it when it writes home to the Fletcher? It'll be like, oh, by the way, that guy that you bought me, that you sold me to, he was very, very confused about the function of a bow and principally used it as a club. And that you're supposed to, like, instead of that, use a stick that's shaped like a sword with some diamonds on the end. That's what you're supposed to do instead of using the bow, which I did know. Oh, come on. Feels bad. Pathetic. Really? But, you know, sometimes I think there's nothing I'd rather do than play a little bit of Minecraft, listen to a little bit of Minecraft music, and collect gunpowder and bones. That's what I do. Bones, 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 bones. Bones, 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 bones. Oh, he's in copper now, which is much more appropriate to the zombie's technological level, right? Aw. Like, I'm gonna keep on shooting this creeper, and then and only then will I engage the foe. You know, that's bravery, right? That's soldiering. Good enough. There's an Enderman over here. Out of a regular amount of caution, we're just going to go ahead and put the extra lives on. I think we'll be fine, you know. But you never know. You never know what'll happen. Like, sometimes you just won't... You won't be ready. But, of course, he has whooped his last. Hey, Courtney. You said you thought it said day 7. Oh no, nope. Everything has been going as planned. You know, obviously you never want to die in Minecraft hardcore, but I would immediately get over it and start another world. That's just the kind of guy I am. I'm like, you never know how I'll react to something, but if I'm choosing to play hardcore in a video game, I've already committed to playing it again once I die. But yeah, it's Dave 763. It is pretty crazy. Get a day 1,000. Yeah, I'm excited for that eventuality. Once upon a time I never would have thought it possible, but now I just, I mean, I don't do anything that's dangerous, right? I hear the sounds of the deep dark, I just go the other way, I've already got my sweet song from the archives, I've already went and explored enough for me. I barely even go into the Nether anymore. Hardly ever. But I mean, I have plenty of pursuits here on the surface, archaeology, animal husbandry, exploration. We're building this thing in a mountain. I mean, I say we're building it. I have cleared out a little bit of rocks and I have placed some couple of dozen blocks there, which for me is basically an entire work of art. Once somebody was like, you should build a castle and do this and this and this. I'm like, I have never even built a little fort. I mean, I have. Probably not like how they meant, though. Maybe I should build a castle someday. We were scouting some land that might be nice for it. Like, we could build it in the middle of the lake, just like you wouldn't want to do. I mean, a castle in the middle of the lake seems okay until you think about all the implications. What you want is a castle that's got a little bit of land connecting it to a lake. Or rather, to the lake shore. I guess I could do that too, using my technology. The sun rises. How much gunpowder did we get? 12? What an underwhelming night. I guess I wasn't being very focused about it. We probably didn't pick up all that's there, but a couple... Yeah, we'll just map a little bit here. And this should help us pick up, a bunch of the stuff that we didn't grab. The old F3 plus B screen. Very good again. This is really handy if you've dropped an item. Or you want to see... It's really good for, like, underwater things if you want to see if there's, like, a lot of, like, drowned around or something like that. Or you're looking for fish for whatever reason, The old hitboxes. The spider needs to lay off the sauce. We're gonna help him. I mean, still just 15 gunpowder on a night. Pretty bad. We'll have to fight through the next night, too. So what have I done recently? Oh, I mean, honestly, nothing. I spend so much time just walking around and looking at stuff like a proud, like, gentleman criminal that's finally given up and, like, done a Dread Pirate Roberts and retired to live like a king in Patagonia. That's basically what we do. The Copper Golems came out, so we sort of, like, mainly built a room to test their abilities, not, like, in any intelligent way. And I'm sort of thinking of building this thing in a mountain. In my head, it'll be, like, a cool, like, monastery-seeming thing. I'll probably just never build it. You know me, I'm very lazy. I guess the biggest narrative thing that happened is the Dreamer... He's still alive, he just gave up his bed, and now he went to live in one of these houses. So, we built the whole wall to protect the sleep of the Dreamer. and then he didn't want to sleep out here anymore. I guess the buying of the sheep eventually got to him. And then we were doing a little bit of archaeology. But it was really just... I'm like, no, we'll just go to the vault. The archaeology was really just digging to put up like a glass wall to the river where our trail rune excavation has been. But so this chest is where you can throw anything that you don't want to see anymore. Just anything at all. Now if you do want to see it again, maybe don't put it there. But if you don't care... just throw it right there. Because of course, beneath here, hard at work, are the copper golems, frantically searching for the place to put the things that have fallen down in there. And they will do it, unless, you know, they're already out of boxes, so they actually can't fulfill their dreams anymore. We would have to help them. So if we just put, like, you know, a spider eye and a string there. Oh, the rotten flesh, they'll get to that. They're getting stymied by these other ones, because, yeah, there's not enough space for them. There's not enough boxes for them to fulfill their goals. I guess we're going to have to go one deeper. Have I seen all the new stuff? I've seen some of it. I do not know if I've seen all of it. Yeah, I kind of want more room than that for the head, right? You know, it just doesn't feel right. You gotta have room to jump after all. That's not enough. A few dozen boxes, but it's not enough. Three dozen boxes could be enough. Like, no, symmetry demands... Oh no, why would I... Okay, so... How did I do this in the first place? Okay, you just gotta click it in sideways. Got it. Not like that. Well, there's no reason to be like that about it here, and here we'll just... No. Oh my god. This is the worst day of my life. Yeah, you just gotta be more delicate about it. There you go. You just gotta... Nope, not like that. Oh no, now they climbed on top of it. Now... I might have messed it all up. A new rideable mob? What's the update right now? Like 1.2.10, but that's what I'm in. But yeah, I just really noticed that there was copper. And the copper golems, which are like auto-sorting machines. But I guess I didn't know about anything else. Flying in this game's so great. I'm glad I finally killed the Ender Dragon. I mean, finally. I did it a long time ago in this world, but... You know, I'm glad I was brave. Because it was before day 100 on this world, right? I don't remember the exact day, but I'm pretty sure it was before day 100. Because after we lost World 334... you know, I thought I was gonna die again, and I was just like, I just need to go. I don't want to get, you know, that far into a world again and then die to the dragon again. We'll just go, and then if we win, we'll live, and then if we don't win, then, you know, we'll try it again later. And then we won, you know. And the rest is history or archaeology. Yeah, but here's what we've been working on most recently with the dig site. We just decided, you know, it would be cool if you could, like, have a glass wall with water on the other side and look in. Now, would it be? I don't know, but I thought it would be, so that's what we're doing. But anyway, yeah, so, you know, so we got this cool thing here, and then, you know, you'll be able to look up underneath it. We'll probably put some, like, sea lanterns in, you know, because you can look up at the fish, which I think is very nice. And then, yeah, so, I mean, we were working on this, like, for a while, I mean, in the past, but I don't know if this is new to you, but we got this. I want to, like, restore all of it. Here's Dr. Jones, and then, of course, Indiana, who's in charge. Where's Indy? Oh, where? Oh, here he is. Indy. Indiana. We named the dog Indiana. He's having a time, you know. He's out in the rain, but he's, like, you know, he's the overseer for the site. But Dr. Jones thinks he's really in charge. It looks pretty cool. Thank you. Yeah, you know, we dug it out and we tried to preserve it, and then we're like, you know, we made more of the blocks for the mud for like the base level there, and then, you know, we built some dormitories here for the workers and the historical reenactors. We had to, you know, bring the villagers in. That took some effort too. You know, we had to find a nearby village, and we like cut a canal and brought them on boats. You know, and all of that kind of thing. We should lay down, or the beasties will come out of the sky. Because I had excavated one of these, but, like, worse in my survival world, the world of wheat. But I wanted to make another one here and not mess it up as much as I had messed that one up. But this has already gotten like some restoration done. Like you know, some of this terracotta, like these roofs were roofs were incomplete and that kind of thing. This dude, look at him, look at this guy. Let's just let him sit up there. No, that won't do. But how can we save him? Nope, not like that. Let's just let him sit up there, right? No. We will gently push him off. There we go. How do you even get there? Doesn't matter. I mean, I'm sure I don't know how he got there. Maybe he climbed up to the top and fell down. Sure, I don't know how he climbed up. Other stuff you said you were thinking about is in the next video. Oh, okay. Well, I will be very excited to see that. I guess I haven't looked at, like, what's coming in it, but very cool, yes. Glad to see that there is more fun stuff to come. I'm like, I sure don't know anything about a rideable mount. I thought you meant the ghasts at first, but I was like, they aren't new. They're just a little new. Look at all the fish. How nice. So my survival world, once upon a time, I was doing this thing that I totally might do here, where I drained an ocean monument. Like I set up a huge perimeter around it, and I drained, like, I sanded it up, and, built, like, a big retaining wall around it. And I was going to build like a pathway to this nearby coral reef, which is the first coral reef I'd ever found in Minecraft, basically. I think it was the first one I'd ever found. It was the first one that I'd found in that world, anyway. It's possible I might have seen one before in one of my very briefly lived in worlds. But the idea was that, you know, we would have researchers who would live in this old ocean monument, and then, you know, they would also have this research station. You know, studying the coral reef. Because invariably, those are the kinds of stories that I think are interesting to tell. I'm like, what if some people didn't know what they were doing, but had to go and study it? I'm like, oh yeah, now we're really getting somewhere. But I have so many projects that I never do anything with. But, you know, That's fine. Like, it's okay to be yourself. I try to tell myself that, you know. Just because I don't like to finish things that I start in video games, that doesn't mean that I, like, need to start finishing what I start in video games, you know. Need some more sand. I'm just gonna take it from over here. Yeah. Do foxes attack cats? Ah, it's the best song in the game. That's awesome. I actually think the effect works rather well. Oh no! Alright, how'd that guy get up there, though? Oh. Look what I did. Whoopsie. temporary torches. You know, we'll want to get more, like, you know, technologically appropriate lighting with the old sea lanterns. But I'm not carrying any on me. Speaking of lighting, it occurs to me that this place looks pretty dangerous in a lot of facets. I mean, fortunately they've got beds and golems, but... Ah! Jump scare. Fall scare. Oh yeah, we planted a bunch of wheat here. Just a little bit, honestly. You know, not very much. Because there was a pillager tower there. Nobody knows what happened to it. There's a storm. Whatever happened there. But anyway, so I didn't want these pillagers to keep on spawning. So I figured, what if I just planted a lot of wheat there? Wouldn't that be a functional way? Because I know from experience that mobs won't spawn where you have wheat. You know, you can't get a chicken or a sheep in a wheat field. That's just, everybody knows that. If you have a proper wheat field, you won't ever have anything inside of it. So that's what I elected to build there. And it worked. What a cool little world I've got here now. Oh yeah, and we did slightly more work on this. Not much, you know, just like, I just chip away at my silly little projects. Like, last time here, all we did was, like, build the shelf out a little bit, right? But still, you know, it's a nice effect. I mean, we built it out a bit. We need more. But I like this project because no matter how unfinished it is, it fits the idea of it, which is that it's, you know, this sort of pseudo-ruin where really we just placed all the parts that might make it look appropriate there and then put a bunch of sand around it. But I'm still proud of it. Like, I think this was a cool idea. Look, it's the mooshes. Mooshes Smalls and Baby Moosh. They live here as they live forever, in our hearts. Good old Doug. Oh, he's the best one. Nice pork chop for Hank the cow dog. Hard at work. Alright, this looks to be a very fruitful night for gunpowder. If I could make a shot, jeez Louise. Here in the most fertile hunting grounds for creepers in my career, I elect instead to miss several shots in a row, and then be struck by outrageously zombies. It'll be alright. We should still be able to get plenty of gunpowder before this all is through. All the better to make rockets with. Come on now. I'm committed to making this shot, right? Whether or not I can, I'm committed to trying to make it. Please, my self-concept is totally tied up in making this shot now. Please let me make the shot. Oh no, now he moved. Haha, the second one hit him. I'm the greatest archer of all time. You know, sure it would have been better to make that shot before all of these arrows missed. Look, it's about sending a message. That message is, I'm willing to take a shot. Like, you miss 90% of the shots you don't take. Some of them you'll make anyway. You don't always have to shoot to make your shot. That's the message. 17 gunpowder? Sweet. Cannot complain there. Impossible to shake a stick at such results. We're just gonna go to our very powerful sugarcane automated farm. Most of these sugarcane are lies, you know. Most of them aren't made by the farm itself. I just like to put sugarcane in there. And then, whenever I grab it, I can be like, wow! Look how good this farm is doing! If only I didn't remember that I did that. But since I say it every time, I usually remember. Thought we'd come and say hello to the turtles. Of course, we've got Raphael and Leonardo. And Michelangelo's somewhere, but we lost Donnie. I hold out hope that one day we'll find him again. The fish are trying to migrate in their schools, you know, that's good. And of course here the fishermen and the farmers are plying their trade. Oh no! Oh, I've made a huge tiny mistake. Alright, so I forgot. I forgot that the bow was in my offhand. And I tried to right click to talk to a guy and instead I shot at the golem. We'll just leave for a bit, he'll get over it. The thing is though, is there's not another way out. So I think we just gave up on this. Oh no, that's not true. We found this. We just started putting moss blocks down. I remember now. And then I went in this direction and kept on doing it, and then eventually I gave up. Huh, he fell down. I didn't really remember that it ended up here, but that's good, you know. A nice secret exit, entrance. You've whooped your last. You think I forgot about you? I didn't forget about nothing. Here we are on Spawn Mountain again. The day is 766, you know. From here you can see the whole world. Our evil villain lair over there. The Arch of Augustus, you know. The Tree of Spawn and the faraway artificial mini Badlands. You know, it's all right here. It's a good place. Good place to think about, you know, the big questions. How did we get here? Where are we going? What's the best song by the Mountain Goats? You know, there's really a lot of differing schools of thought on the subject. Hundreds, at least 100 different schools of thought. And nobody really knows who's right. That's one thing about that question about the best Mountain Goat song. Like, you know, how could you ever really be sure? Like, just throw out one that we've probably talked about before, the Fall of the High School Running Back, track 2 on All Hell West Texas. I mean, what a good one there. Telling the moving story of a person who, you know, was a sports player in high school. They get hurt and then they turn to a life of criminality. And in the second verse, they have this amazing line where he goes that selling that acid was a bad idea and selling it to a cop was a worse one. And the new law said that 17-year-olds could do federal time. You were the first one, so I sing this song for you. William Stanforth Donahue, your grandfather rowed the boat over from Ireland, but you made a bad decision or two. Yeah. Yeah, The Fall of the High School Running Back might be the best Mountain Goat song. It's a real good one. I learned to play it on guitar once a long time ago. I couldn't tell you how to do it again. It's probably a song with some of the same chords that other people use in their songs. But anyway, that one might be the best Mountain Goat song. I don't know if I would really try to defend it, but if somebody said it was that they thought it was the best one, I would say, oh, a good choice. Where are the seeds? Why do I keep on losing my seeds? Garuda's gonna get so mad at me. What have I done? Oh no. The golems have them... I think I remember them being there. I do. Ah, Garuda. The boss of the Dark Oak crime family and my best friend. He's the one that makes all this possible, after all. I am merely his instrument. It was a long, long time ago, or, you know, a year and a month, depending on how you count time, that Garuda first fell through the roof of the House of Dirt and one of my very first hardcore worlds, and we've been friends ever since. But in celebration of the long-standing pact of the Dark Oak crime family, I invite you all to sit, stand, or kneel for the playing of the national anthem, the first national anthem, Cat, by C418. This was the first disc we ever found in Minecraft. Here's Luca dancing up a storm, just like always. Atropa and Belladonna having a time. But sitting around the old jukebox and watching the Bluebird dance, that to me is the quintessential Minecraft hardcore experience. My houses didn't always look as nice as this. I mean, look at all the bookshelves. This is a very fancy place. Like, the funny thing about this Minecraft house is that if you took this one and then, like, showed it with 20 other people's Minecraft houses to somebody who knew me and asked them to pick out the one that was mine, they would probably get it right. Because I don't think most other people would have as many bookshelves as I would have. And the Marcus Aurelius on the wall and the skulls, it's actually a very me kind of place. It does have more color than most people would assume I would have, though. I'm a really the color black kind of guy, so... But I thought the Vaporwave carpets looked nice, and I still think that. And I thought this little blue and purple thing looked nice, and I still think that. I think this whole world is very nice. 766 days. No, they just fly by. It's easy to feel a little wistful, you know. You don't have to feel old. Nobody makes you feel old. But sometimes I just feel so old. Like how many more days am I gonna get to spend doing the things that I love? But that's why I try to make sure I enjoy them while I do them, and to fill my days with the things that I enjoy. I've certainly been able to do that lately. I've been on vacation. I've just been sitting around eating fudge rounds and ice cream, sometimes in that order. Sometimes I'll eat ice cream and then fudge rounds. Sometimes I'll put the fudge rounds into the ice cream. It's very adventurous. It's been a good time. But the moon rises in the sky here in game, and for me, it's almost midnight, and I am gonna go ahead and log off of here. You know, I've been alive for 766 Minecraft days, but at least like 100 of them have just been looking out of this window. And I think that's a good way to spend time. So, from the crime family, Luca, Garuda, and all the others, I bid you good night, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, au revoir, adios, adieu, 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 and good night. See you, Quinny. Thanks for hanging out.